Hey guys, this is the Fat Panda with another one of the Turkey Tournament challenges, actually. This is going to be my battle versus Tone21 in the loser's bracket, actually. I fell down here after I got knocked out by a Lidzol. I don't think I saved a video of that challenge, unfortunately. But this is actually my second battle in the loser's bracket. First I had to beat the real Quaid, and then I'm on to Tone21. I'm still working with this weird, not really this weird discombobulated trick sand team. I kind of threw parts together from a couple different teams, so it doesn't work out that well, but it's relatively fun to use, so I'm going with it. Well, not that I could change it anyway, it's the middle of a tournament. But that's not important at all. Anyway, so I'm versus Tone21 here. I'm looking at his team. His team is very, very OU. Actually, it's 100% overused. Looks like it's a pretty fast team. He's got defense in Skarmory and possibly Heatran, but then he's got lots of speed, lots of power with Starmie, Infernape, Garchomp, Genesect. I'm kind of worried about this. I mean, if I can get the Trick Rooms off, I should outspeed his entire team, maybe, yeah, for the most part. Maybe Skarmory can outspeed, actually probably nothing but the Archops in a Trick Room, but I'm pretty content with this. The only thing I notice that might be a problem is that I really don't have an answer to Skarmory. All my best answers are actually physical based, so that could be a problem. And let's just see how I do in this battle. So I open with my Bronzong here, and he opens with his Starmie. He immediately draws it out, though. I'm not sure what kind of Starmie it is, but it looks like it doesn't want to deal with Bronzong. So I actually get 100% free Trick Room off here, which is really, really nice. I don't know what the Heatran's in to block, but I come at it with an Earthquake because I noticed it didn't have an Air Balloon, so that's a free, even with Bronzong's god-awful attack. Well, it's not that bad, but it's not good and it's not boosted. But so his attack does actually manage to take out Heatran right there. So I felt pretty lucky here, free Trick Room and a one-hit KO. He goes for the Infernape. I once again get the Earthquake off here. I don't really know what he was thinking. I thought maybe he had like a fake out or something and just wanted to burn a Trick Room turn, but whatever. But it actually survived the Earthquake, which I didn't think was going to happen, and it hits me with a Flare Blitz. This Bronzong is a Levitator, so it's not going to like the Flare Blitz, and it does fall. But however, with all the recoil from Flare Blitz, Infernape also is going to fall here, so I'm off to a quick lead, knocking out 2 while I've lost 1. So I lead with Marowak. I feel like it's a very safe option here. And he actually sends out Skarmory. This is where life just gets really irritating. Stone Edge is pretty much my best option as far as Skarmory goes, so you can tell what kind of dire straits I'm in. So, with leftovers, I do a little over a quarter of his health every turn, which is god-awful. So I decided, why heck not? I'll try a low kick, see if it does any more. I didn't really expect it to, and it does almost exactly the same amount as Stone Edge does. Just has a higher accuracy, so I'm going to stick with that, I believe. At least I should. But here the Trick Room ends, so I'm a little worried, because now it's actually faster than me. And I go for the low kick yet again. I was really hoping just for a crit or something, to save me. And I get the crit, and it's got, probably 5 health. And I was just like, no. I thought, I had it. But unfortunately, it is a lot faster than me. It goes for the Roost here. So it heals up half its health. And I go for the low kick, which is actually going to be super effective now because Roost always, gets rid of Skarmory's flying weakness. However, I notice I do just a little under half. So, I mean, I can constantly keep it roosting here, except I'm an idiot and I get overconfident and I go for an Earthquake. And I actually move first because he goes for the Whirlwind. If I'd used low kick, I could have taken Skarmory out right there, and I was just so angry with myself. But nope, I went with Earthquake and got screwed over. So Archops comes out here. Archops uses Stone Edge. It would have knocked out the Skarmory, but I miss. This tournament has been so god-awful for my Stone Edge attacks. I think I've hit, if I include this battle, I probably have hit 4 of like 10 or 12 Stone Edges. It's been awful. So now Skarmory's back to max, darn close to full health, and once again, I missed the second Stone Edge in the row, and at this point I'm just like, oh crap, I'm really angry because, I mean, 1 Stone Edge miss, okay, bad luck. 2 Stone Edge misses, and I'm just like, God, the odds are so bad. Now Skarmory's got full health. I go for the Stone Edge yet again because I'm just not going to give up. I get the hit, and of course it does pathetic damage. Not surprising. Skarmory goes for the Whirlwind here again. He's probably just trying to, use the spikes to wear down my team, which is a decent strategy considering I have absolutely nothing to really hurt Skarmory. Brings out my Hippowdon. I get the Sand Up, which of course doesn't affect Skarmory either, because it's a Steel type. So my Hippowdon has Stone Edge, it has Earthquake. So it actually has moves to deal with Skarmory. It goes for the Brave Bird here, which I really wasn't expecting. I never would really expect anything to try to Brave, I wouldn't expect anything to Brave Bird a Hippowdon ever. But it turned out to be pretty smart, because I'd actually lined up an Earthquake thinking it was going to roost this turn. And it didn't. And I was like, crap. So then it goes for a roost this time. And I believe I had an Earthquake lined up. Maybe. I hope I did. Yes, I did have Earthquake this time. I finally predicted the roost. Actually, I was talking with Tone in the chat during this battle, and evidently he'd actually forgotten that Roost gets rid of the flying type, so he was so confused as to how I somehow managed to do that much damage to a Skarmory with an Earthquake, because he thought he'd be immune no matter what. So I felt pretty lucky there, because he actually didn't know. There was actually no mind games going on at all there, even though I thought we were in some sort of weird Roost Earthquake mind game thing. But anyway, I get a Stone Edge here, and finally I get a Stone Edge that hits, and it matters because it crits. So there's, I get lucky there. I would honestly much prefer to see Stone Edge get plus 5 or 10% accuracy and just lose that bonus to critical hit chance, because I really don't care about that. I just want a strong rock attack that hits. But here Hippowdon falls to a Surf from Starmie. I was hoping it would survive, but nothing going there. I thought Hippowdon might be bulky enough, but of course with no special defense investment, not really. Starmie does take Sand, it takes Life Orb damage, I noticed, so I can actually wear down the Starmie pretty well, because I have a Claydol here. Claydol is actually specially defensive, and it's sashed. So I knew no matter what, Starmie wasn't going to one-hit KO it. So I get my Trick Room off here again. I finally managed to set up another new Trick Room after what felt like years of trying to destroy a Skarmory. And so now I get a Toxic off on Starmie, because I'm like, you know what? I may as well force it to take as much possible damage as it can. Granted, I had completely forgotten that Starmie was Natural Cure, so I kind of felt like an idiot after it switches out. But, I probably should have gone for a Stealth Rocks or whatnot, but it does take a little bit of toxic damage there. So, I guess woohoo. All that damage right there was pretty much done from, it wasn't, none of that was direct. So I felt like I'd actually done pretty well against the Starmie. So I send out my Marowak. He does withdraw the Starmie. I thought he might. And he goes for the Genesect. I had actually lined up a Double Edge, because I thought, Double Edge would have definitely taken out the taking out the Starmie, and I thought it would do decent damage to anything else. It actually does a lot more to Genesect than I thought it would, since Genesect is Steel type, but I was pretty happy with that. So then I just go for the Earthquake, knock out the Genesect. Glad I never had to actually deal with that. And he goes for Starmie yet again. This time I get the double edge off, and Starmie falls here. You know, I'd forget. So it turns out that the natural cure really didn't matter. But granted, that toxic didn't really matter either. So whatever. Unfortunately, Trick Room ends yet again. So now Marowak is slow as heck. But for some really weird reason, Garchomp actually goes for Dragon Claw here, which I thought was really, really weird. I just go for the double edge like an idiot. Well, I guess, you know, it really doesn't matter at this point, I don't think. But I had completely forgotten that Garchomp has Rough Skin. For some reason, probably because I've seen Flygon for so long since Garchomp used to be Uber, but I just assumed that Garchomp had Levitate, even though I know, of course, it can't have Levitate. I mean, Earthquake probably would have taken it out, possibly. I certainly wouldn't take Rough Skin damage, but hey, who really cares? I have a Garchomp that is currently locked into Dragon Claw, so I'm not scared of it at all. I don't really know why I went for a Trick Room here. I mean, I could have just used a Psychic right away and taken him out, but I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Garchomp falls here, and I win the battle. So I get through yet another battle for the Turkey Tournament. I'm trying to fight my way up through the losers bracket. I think the winner's bracket has actually been decided by this point. I think it's a Lidsel in the finals. So, I mean, to get through to the finals right now, I have to take out Slick Border, then either Pogpod or, I believe, Alpha Ranger. And then I'd have to take out Tyranitar. So, I have a pretty tough schedule ahead of me for this. But this team's actually starting to surprise me a little bit more. Unfortunately, I do have to face a Lidsel if I get to the finals, which sucks because Lidsel was the one that knocked me down to the losers bracket, and I'm fairly sure he could whoop me again. His team is pretty much a direct counter to mine. But if I get that far, you'll finally see a battle of him and me because, you know, I lost the last one. Well, I say lost, but I probably didn't even save it. It was an awful, awful battle, and I literally got destroyed. So it wasn't really worth watching anyway. But here's this one. This one was a pretty good battle. I will be moving on. If I face Slick Border next, hopefully that'll be a good battle. Anyway, this is the Fat Panda signing out for this video.